Shalom, like give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash, like double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to all you sincere brothers pushing his word across the four corners of the earth. This is an article from PressTV.com, and the title says, China is expected to unveil nuclear missile capable of reaching U.S. in 30 minutes. Media. And this was published on September the 30th, 2019. China is reportedly expected to unveil a nuclear-armed missile that could reach the U.S. in just 30 minutes during parades celebrating the 70th anniversary of communist rule in the country, amid heightened political, military, and economic tensions with Washington. So you have to think about the type of spirit that Yahweh Shai has these different country leaders on now, and their scientists. How going back from the atomic bomb into 2019, 2020, you hear them talking about nuclear missiles that can be able to travel from one continent to another in 30 minutes. And this is all the doings of Yahweh Shai, because his word is bound. And this is going into World War III. This is Daniel, the 12th chapter, and the 4th verse. But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end. And we are at the end of America's age. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge should be increased. So that's why these different scientists and country leaders, and that's why you see technology just so advanced nowadays, because Yahweh Shai is pouring his spirit out upon these different leaders to fulfill his will, so they can engage into this World War III. That's why it says in Isaiah, the 14th chapter, how the Lord of hosts mustereth the battle. You know, Yahweh Shai, he's setting all these different countries up, and he's going to bring them over there to the Middle East. And this is going to be the last war of our wars, which is World War III. Going back to the article, and it says, according to Chinese media, the military may unveil the missile dubbed the Dongfeng 41 during the ceremony on Tuesday. So the Chinese, who are the biblical Moabites, are bragging about this missile called the Dongfeng 41. And this missile is actually biblical. And let's first get this out of Wikipedia for Dongfeng. And it says Dongfeng missile. And you scroll down, it says the Dongfeng, simplified Chinese, traditional Chinese, literally east wind. Now keep your mind on that east wind. We're going to get that later. Series, typically abbreviated as DF missiles, are a family of short, medium, intermediate range, and intercontinental ballistic missiles operated by the Chinese People's Liberation Army Rocket Force. So our forefather Job prophesied this through the spirit about these missiles. And that's how you know that the Bible is the true book of Yahweh Shai, because this is nothing but biblical prophecy coming to pass, and no other book can be able to correlate with the scriptures, and no other book has prophecy. That's why the Bible stands out amongst all these other books that's out here. And this is Job, the 27th chapter and the 21st verse. The east wind carried him away, and he departed as a storm hurled him out of his place. So that east wind, or that Dongfeng, and really just talk about these nuclear missiles, is going to carry this so-called white man, who are the biblical Edomites, out of his position of power. That's the tool or instrument that Yahweh Shai is going to use to cleanse this planet Earth, and to be able to get this so-called white man and these other nations out of lead right now. And that's what he's going to use, these nuclear missiles. So that's the east wind. And that's why you see these so-called Chinese are bragging about it, because these are going to be one of the missiles that Yahweh Shai is going to put on these so-called Chinese to be able to attack America with. Dongfeng 41. So that's why we constantly seeing nuclear missiles all throughout the news medias, because this is due to biblical prophecy, and we are at that time of World War III. It says the parade will include 15,000 troops, more than 160 aircraft, and 580 pieces of military equipment, said a spokesman for the Ministry of Defense, K. Xinjiang. He said last week that many weapons will be shown for the first time, but declined to clarify whether they will include the Dongfeng 41. No details of the missile have been released, but according to the Center for Strategic and International Studies in Washington, it may have the world's longest range at 15,000 kilometers. So Yahweh Shai is putting that spirit on these different leaders. They're boasting about their nuclear weaponry. Now they can be able to look at that big bully in his eyes, which is America, and say, we have the same type of nuclear warfare that you have. What's up? So that's how you know that Yahweh Shai, he's going to be that Lord of hosts that must rid this battle. And this is Joel, the 3rd chapter, and the 9th verse. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. See how about Yahweh, he's getting all these different nations. Even the ones that are allied with one another, they're all gonna come against America very soon. Because Yahweh Shah, he controls the minds of these different leaders. He can sway their minds however he wants to. So right now it might seem like in the news, they portray them as being cool, they're being cordial amongst each other. But Yahweh Shah is gonna throw something in there and have these different nations start attacking America very soon. So it says, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. And where they gonna come up? Into the valley of Jehoshaphat, which is the valley of Yahweh Shaphat, which means the valley of the Most High's judgment. He's gonna judge all these different nations. Verse 10, beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears, let the weak say I am strong. So these countries back 15, 20 years ago, you never heard about them with their military or just bragging about their different nuclear warfare and their military bragging rights. But nowadays, now 2019 going to 2020, you have these other countries are bragging into the world like, we have strength too. We have nuclear power too. We have missiles that can be able to shoot 30 minutes away. So that's biblical prophecy of the weak say I am strong. These weak nations back in the day, they are not becoming strong. And that's due to the power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. And I'm just going to get Joel, the 2nd chapter, and the 1st verse. Blow ye the trumpet in Zion. And that's what we're doing. You see us out there on the highways and the byways. And we're doing our weekly sit downs. We're blowing the trumpet in Zion. We letting our people know what's about to occur with America. And also just with this world entirely. It's about to be a very big change pretty soon. And first, it's going to be a different change of rulerships. With this so-called white man and these other nations, they're about to get ready. They're about to get ready to fall, and the nation of Israel, beginning with the elect, are about to get ready to rise up under the umbrella of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, our true power. So we blowing that trumpet in Zion because Jerusalem is a people before it's a place. So that's why we go out there on the streets and we pushing this word out to our people, the ones that can hear. And sound and alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh, for it is nigh at hand. And you can tell how things are going with the news, just how the love of many are waxing cold, the rumors of wars, the different earthquakes, just all type of calamities happening right now. That's how you know that Yahweh Ba'Shem Shah, he's on his way back. A day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness, as the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people and a strong. There had not been ever the like, neither should be any more after it, even to the years of many generations. Because it's not going to be any wars like this anymore going to our kingdom. It's going to be the last war of all wars. A fire devoured before them, and behind them a flame burned. The land is as the garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness. Yea, and nothing shall escape them. Because all those nuclear missiles are going to be destined to hit America. And pursuant to the book of Revelation, it says that 200,000 is going to hit America, which means 200 million missiles is going to be able to hit America, aka Babylon the Great. So this whole land of America is going to be laid desolate, thus say Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. The appearance of them is as the appearance of horses, and as horsemen, so should they run. So this is going to those nuclear missiles. And Joel, he tried to describe it as best he could through the spirit and the time frame that he was living in. So he's saying that he was looking at it as the appearance of horses, or as horsemen, so they run. So how those nuclear missiles, they be shot off, and you see how they go across the heavens. It's just like a horse being shut off and doing a race. Like the noise of chariots on tops of mountains should they leap, like the noise of a flame of fire that devoured the stubble, as a strong people set in battle array. Before their face, the people should be much pain, all faces should gather blackness. They should run like mighty men, they should climb the wall like men of war, and they should march every one on his ways, and they should not break their ranks. So when those nuclear missiles have been shot off, they're not going to break their ranks, meaning they're not going to be running to each other, or they're not just going to be none and void, because Yahweh Ba'Shem Shah has each single missile that he's going to put the spear on these different nations and shoot. The meat is destined target, and that main target is going to be America, aka Babylon the Great. So they're not going to break their ranks. And pursuant to the book of Hebrews, it says that our Lord is a consuming fire. which means that his spirit is going to be upon those missiles. And you know Yahweh Shashai, he's a perfect power. He makes some mistakes. So his spirit going to be upon these different missiles. They're not going to make no mistakes. They're not going to break their ranks. They're going to hit every destined target that he hasn't set to hit. I'm jumping down to verse 10. The earth should quake before them. The heavens should tremble. The sun and the moon should be dark. And the stars should withdraw their shining. So the earth is going to tremble. As pursuant to the book of Isaiah again, it says that the earth should rear to and fro like a drunkard. So those nuclear missiles hit, just think about how much power it's going to be. It's going to make this whole earth tremble. It's going to shake. And that's all the doings of Yahweh Bashar Shai. All right, this is Isaiah, the 14th chapter. I'll start at the 22nd verse. For I will rise up against them, said the Lord of hosts, and cut off from Babylon the name and remnant and son and nephew, said the Lord. I will also make it a possession for the bitter and pools of water, and I will sweep it with the besom of destruction, said the Lord of hosts. So Yahweh Shashai, he's talking about these nuclear missiles and how they're going to sweep America. That's what really a besom is. It's something that sweep. Just like you have a broom and it sweeps the dust off. That's how Yahweh Shashai is going to use these different missiles to sweep the wickedness of America, because America sins has reached into the heavens. So it's time for this place to reap all the wicked things it's been sowing. So that's the point of this lesson. China is expected to unveil a nuclear missile capable of reaching the U.S. in 30 minutes. You best believe these other nations, they want to be talked about and bragged upon in the news as well. That's why it says in Joel the 3rd chapter, let the weak say, I am strong. They want to tell America, that big bully, that we have the same type of nuclear technology or advancement as you now. So you can't no longer bully us like you used to years ago. And that's the times that we're in, the time of World War III, that third woe that's mentioned in the book of Revelation. So the ones of our people who don't want to adhere to the words of Yahweh Shai, when this time frame comes, and it's coming very soon, our people are going to be very ashamed. And this is going to be the biggest I told you so whatsoever. And also, I'm going to leave the article link in the description box. And I hope this was edifying to you all. I'd like to give all honor and glory again to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakakadash. Double this again to our apostles and elders, great millstone that rule well. Salutations to all your sincere brothers. Shalom.